Hey everybody, Logan here, and I just want to say thank you Microsoft and thank you Xbox for more flub ups. That's me being a little nice there. The more Microsoft decides to make mistakes and fall flat on their face and do stupid things, the more content I get to create. Sadly, thinking back at myself, this is not something I ever thought I'd do. I'd usually steer away from Microsoft bad news, but hey, things have changed and wow. Okay, Microsoft. This is coming from a former employee. Okay, I'll stop with that. But again, I used to be a massive Xbox fan, but they've made so many bad decisions in the last generation, and so there's really it feels like there's no saving them. But hey, let's take a look. This article that I'm bringing up, hey, it does not come from Pure Xbox. So this article comes from a giant freaking robot, and that's kind of funny because I don't usually track any of their stuff for gaming stuff, but this happened to come up, and I was like, "Wow, okay." So it says Microsoft is having trouble with Xbox sales, and it doesn't look good. Microsoft Xbox sales are trending downwards, which doesn't look good for the company. Again, it still supports all the stuff that I've been making the last week and some change of just Xbox videos of Microsoft making all these awful decisions and not giving us games, but giving us 1,037 different controllers. And then the bad news with Gears and the leaks that I got yesterday, which were very subpar. Leaks nonetheless. There are people who didn't want to hear those. They're like, those aren't leaks. Yeah, well, yeah, it is. And then one of them was confirmed right after I put up the video, which was the Redfall controllers. They're like, hey, we're just going to put them up now, which is kind of funny because I put that video up and then boom, Xbox Wire released the thing about the controllers. And I was like, wow, you guys aren't waiting till June. I wonder what they're going to be doing. So, yeah, but let's get into this article. This is pretty interesting. It's not super long, so we can go through it rather quickly, and then we'll discuss. 2 years following their release, Microsoft's Xbox Series console sales have dropped by nearly 30% from the same time last year. This isn't the first time we're hearing something similar. Xbox was in big trouble before when Microsoft reported a 13% revenue decline in its gaming division, despite the growing number of Xbox Game Pass users. Apparently, the delay of Starfield and other exclusives made a bad reflection on console sales. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. I'm just going to add a little thought on here. The reason the sales were so high is because they were bought by scalpers. So scalpers bought everything. So retail locations would report, hey, they're all sold out. So once it was a lot easier to find these consoles, scalpers stopped buying them up. So we saw a more realistic sales rate. And yes, people are purchasing more Game Pass, but you don't need an Xbox for Game Pass. You can use your PC, you can use your phone, you can use your old Xbox. Now you can use tablets and stuff. It's why even bother buying an Xbox when they put it on everything else? They were their own worst enemy in this case. You might be inclined to think that Xbox sales spelled trouble for Microsoft, but that's actually not true. Kotaku, okay, if the fact that they're referencing Kotaku, throw it out the window, it's probably a lie. Kotaku reports that Microsoft reported total revenue and net income year-over-year growth by 7 and 9% respectively. The company's other services, such as the Office software, which is now software as a service, and Microsoft Azure cloud computing service, made a ton of money, but that's not video games. But it's actually Microsoft's hardware division that suffered heavy financial losses, including both Xbox and PC hardware, both of which went down 30% respectively. All right. The thing is with Microsoft, and again, referencing my time there, they put out a new Surface product almost every year. They slowed down a little bit and then they pick back up, and then it seems like Well, I don't even know what they're doing at this point. But to be honest, I would say they're oversaturating. I don't think people who buy Surfaces, that includes me. I have a Surface laptop, which I ended up not using and giving it to my wife because I ended up using just my Surface Pro. And we've had it since 2017 and it still runs like a charm. It's faster than her brand new Mac. So that should tell you something. And that's 2017. 2017, I got that laptop. Nuts. And then I have a Surface Pro, which I purchased last year to replace my old one from 2017 because it was an M2, and now I got the i5. But they don't need to produce as much hardware as they do because people, even when I worked for them, people did not buy them as much because once they bought one, they lasted a while. Maybe that's a good thing, but hey. The drop in Microsoft's Xbox sales happened despite the company's announcement that it would stave off rising prices during the previous holiday season, which was additionally paired with a $50 price cut for the Series S console during the same period. Okay. Let's remember that the Series S was Microsoft's priority console during console shortages, which allowed the company to stay competitive in the current market, especially when compared to the PlayStation. Stupid ads. PlayStation 5, whose shortages recently came to an end. Yeah, that's one thing. I've been seeing them everywhere. I stopped posting shorts because I was making shorts of them once I saw them at Targets and Walmarts and here and there. Walmart always has them. Now you can walk into any GameStop and they have them. It would seem that the drop was driven by a rather anemic lineup of first-party gaming titles. Ah, did I call it? The troublesome Halo Infinite, along with Forza 5 Horizon, remain some of the best exclusives in the game. For the game. Exclusives for the game console. They mean for the console. Unfortunately, there's not enough talk about Gears 5 and other games. It should be Gears 6. None of which are actually exclusive to Xbox Series consoles. Not to mention Starfield's crushing delay, which pushed the game's release date by nearly a year. With that said, the release of upcoming Redfall and eventual release of Starfield could turn things around for Microsoft and Xbox in the future. The reason I don't believe that's the case is because people can just play it on Game Pass and they can play it on their PCs. People are getting to the point where, why should I buy an Xbox if my PC can do everything and play everything the Xbox can? It's pointless. So, and now people who are really interested in these games usually tend to have both. Personally, I do. But I don't use my PCs for gaming, therefore, work and design and editing and visual effects and stuff like that. For gaming, I use consoles, and then those are the people I guess the Xbox is for. But the PlayStation and the Switch, yeah, they're just okay. Again, topic for another video. But then again, Microsoft is more focused on Xbox Game Pass than hardware. Xbox One was a failure of a console, but Xbox Game Pass is booming, especially now after it has been made available in additional 40 countries worldwide. Not to mention the company's rising interest in mobile gaming market, which is a large driver behind the company's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The company's full name is Activision Blizzard King, in which King is its own entity within the company and the largest developer and publisher of mobile titles of the gaming market. Yeah, wow, they just mash them all together, didn't they? All companies involved in stupid ads. All companies involved in the acquisition stand to benefit if the deal goes through. Microsoft and by extension Xbox will give a massive share of the gaming market through King and PC and console gaming through Activision Blizzard in turn. Activision Blizzard will gain access to Microsoft's AI and machine learning technologies necessary for more efficient game development. Sony remains vocal against the acquisition, though it's likely that the company will have to concede after it was discovered that it withheld some of the largest gaming titles from other gaming platforms. So, Yeah, we can go on, blah, 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 blah. So this is now I remember why I don't use Giant Freaking Robot. Their ads are terrible. Everything about this site is just awful if you even just want to read an article. But here, let's go back. Let's get rid of you. We'll go back to me. So with that being said, that really just supports almost everything I've said. And to be honest, I don't want it to support what I said. To have a healthy competition out there in the game market, some people say Xbox isn't doing badly. No, they're doing worse than they did. Nintendo's crushing it. You've got Tears of the Kingdom, and PlayStation 5 is just slaughtering Microsoft 10 ways from Sunday in terms of sales against the Series X and Series S combined. Even with a Series S being $299, and then you even go think of issues like mine took a dive on me. It died and then started working again out of nowhere. And I've heard that's a common problem with launch day and early adopter Series S's. And now we're just starting to see issues creep up. My Series X seems to be fine. It's just lately my Xbox has been a YouTube player, or I watch Pluto because I watch old school Star Trek. Yes, because I do like it, and they put Stargate up there. I'm okay. So this is kind of sad. And do I think it's going to lead to the downfall of Microsoft as a console maker? Yes. In due time, Microsoft will probably pull out and they'll go, hey, what we'll do, put it on Game Pass. You want them on PC, we'll put Game Pass on PlayStation and Nintendo, especially Nintendo. They're like, hey, you can stream our games on your new Switch. You can stream it everywhere. And then Sony be like, haha. But hey, maybe that's just a more grim outlook. Maybe they'll just go the way of the new Xbox Series Z or whatever they're calling it, that little, whatever they're going to call the little streaming box, or maybe just the hardware will be the Xbox Series S from here on out. It'll be something like that. And just so people can play Halo on their TV. I don't know. But hey, this isn't good news. Not good news for Microsoft at all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop your comments down in the comment section below. Behave. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, like, hit that notification bell so you know when new episodes come out of anything we do, especially ready to start podcasts. We are doing one tonight. Thank you guys so much. Sorry for more bad Xbox news, but like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.